guys, here I am at the Firefly Artisan Fair. This is an evening show and we wanted to start our recap while it was daylight because we're going to have a pretty drastic transition between the day setup and the night setup. And this is my first time doing a show where I have to provide my own lighting, so that's going to be an exciting challenge. Would you mind just doing sort of a 360 around the booth so people can see what I brought? So I look forward to showing you guys how different the booth looks when the lights are on and the sun is down. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, it is 10 o'clock at night now. This is my first evening show, so this is what my table, my boutique. Thank you very much. Looks like at night. I was a little bit worried about lighting since I've never done a night show before. I wasn't sure how much I would need. So I brought one of my natural light lamps from my studio, which is doing a pretty good job. But I also ordered a lot of really inexpensive LED lighting that is battery powered off of Amazon. And I even hit up Dollar Tree for a lot of these tiny string lights and these little tap lights that you guys see. So if you're doing a night show and you want some inexpensive directional lighting, Dollar Tree is a really good resource and you're not gonna break the bank. I think I spent like $17 on the stuff from Dollar Tree and maybe 30, that's a high estimate, but maybe 30, including the cost of buying batteries on the stuff from Amazon. So it really wasn't that expensive, and I repurposed a lot of the stuff that I used for my convention. This is my demo table. This is my convention tablecloth. And I just sort of remixed things. Those grid wall, my cages are here, and we're going to upgrade to retail grid wall at some point in the near future. But for now, that kind of suffices. And I will check in with you guys in a little bit. So I know all of you guys are really wondering about sales. This is the Firefly's first year. There was a good crowd earlier today, but most people were just looking. So for me, I'm the only person here that is selling stuff intended for kids, intended for families. So I'm a little bit out. I'm also one of very few people here who isn't selling jewelry or like useful utilitarian items like beautiful ceramics. So I'm a little bit of an oddball here. But I have gotten a lot of compliments on myself, which I know if you're watching this, that happens a lot. You can't bank on that. But I think I've heard it said that you have to expose your work to somebody 7 times before they're willing to buy. So I consider this one of the first of 7 shows I'm going to need to do in order to start selling more directly to parents. So while I am taking a loss at this, it was local. I only spent a little bit on stuff I didn't have. And I think it was a good experience, and I enjoyed getting to do my first evening show. Now, if you're someone who has art like mine or similar to my work, I wouldn't necessarily recommend you do this show unless you are directly trying to sell to parents or to older people. So your Anime Con stuff will not really work here. But if you are interested in selling more directly to parents, this could be a really fun event to do. So thank you guys so much for watching my recap. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was informative. I hope it was useful for you. If you enjoyed this video, remember to hit like and consider subscribing for more con recaps like this. I hope to see you guys again really soon. Bye! Hey guys, so I just got back from the Firefly Artisan Fair, and there's a few more things I want to just discuss with you guys about the fair that I think would help improve it in future years. One, we as participants need to be better about promoting the fair and promoting the event. I don't leave home a whole lot, so while Lindy did ask us to go out and put out flyers, I don't go anywhere, so I didn't have anywhere to put them. I did promote it towards the end of the week on my Instagram, and the reason I waited was I was working on a piece specifically for it, and I wanted to promote that piece when I did my Instagram post, so I held off until I finished it, which, you know, I could have like shown off more of the stuff I was going to have for sale, done more to help hype the event. I've really gotten kind of slack about the amount of promotion I do on my Instagram when it comes to shows, just because it is a lot of extra effort. So I could have been better about doing that. Another thing that could have been done to improve it is, so the Craft Lady campus actually has this big backyard area, and that's where the Firefly was. And as years go by and they do this show more often, people are going to know to drive back there. But I think having more stuff in the front, like maybe a banner or a sign the whole week before Firefly, would help people be like, oh, hey, there's an event. I want to check out that event. They do have some Clay Lady campus, or Clay Lady, Clay Lady campus signs around the front, so people do know that it is a business. But having like Firefly Artisan Fair banners and signs in the upcoming years would help to do more for the hype, especially because the Clay Ladies campus is kind of like off the beaten track for East Nashville. It's an area that hasn't been quite gentrified yet, so the sort of people who would probably go to Firefly are not finding out about Firefly necessarily. And they do have some lights going across the driveway going back, but having like bright flash, like exciting lights, I know it sounds tacky, but I think that would help a lot. So signage and bright lights, that sort of stuff, would hopefully help a lot with getting attendance up at Firefly in the future. There were a lot of people there earlier in the show. The show starts at 7, but starting earlier in the day, maybe at 5, would really help. And I was the only person who was doing stuff specifically for kids and families there. And while there were families there, and the moms and the grandmas were like, oh, look at the beautiful art, we love the beautiful art, regarding Kara, or, oh, so-and-so in my family would love this. They weren't willing to spend the money, and it's only a $15 book. So it was sort of like, all right, you know, I mean, it's great that you like my stuff, but I know from lots of experience that lots of people like my stuff, and they never ever buy, and they take a card, and they never ever check my stuff out, and the card just like sits in their purse. So, I need to do my part to bring my people, like people who normally like my stuff, over to that show. But unfortunately then it's going to be like a third or fourth event. No, it's going to be like my 5th event in Nashville in the year. And honestly, I mean, I've done 3 events in Nashville in the past month. I did Cherry Blossom, MTAC, and Free Comic Book Day. And people were already getting tapped out with me at Free Comic Book Day. They were like, oh, I saw you at Cherry and I saw you at MTAC. So having a 4th event in the month where I'm trying to cater to my normal audience is not a good thing. So I'm going to try to do my part, and I hope that the Firefly Artisan Fair will continue to grow. And I love that there is a craft/art opportunity that I'm actually able to get into. So I really do want to see it grow, and I'm going to try to promote it to other artists, and maybe together we can do like a co-op thing or a collective thing and bring in more people, especially more like there was a lot of people who were like older parents with kids, or like there was like a couple teenagers, or like much older people, but there wasn't really anybody in their like mid-20s to 30s who would have spending money but don't necessarily have kids but want to have art, that sort of demographic, which is the demographic I fall into, so maybe I can promote to those people. I don't know. You know, sometimes it feels like promoting on Instagram and Tumblr is futile, and then sometimes it's like, oh, it really paid off to do that. So I guess all I can do is do my bit. So, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful to you. I hope it provided some insight and some information. And I hope this was helpful to the people who are organizing the Firefly Artisan Fair. Everyone, all of the volunteers and Lindy were all wonderful people. They were a pleasure to work with. They were very polite, very kind. They checked in on us. Like, they were great. And I want to see the event succeed. So, yeah, thank you for having me. And thank you guys for watching this video. Bye.